Me like that. Right. Are we ready?
I'm
Are
ready.
we having action?
Looks good.
Okay.
Madam, I didn't hear you.
Unit 14, investigating customer service. You've got 3 pass criteria. And if you're following the bulleted points, you're covering all of these things here. Can you see? Can you see those things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So P1, P2, P3 are covered in all of those bits down here. Okay. And on the next page. So you know that you've covered the past. You've got to do it for 2 businesses, so you have to repeat. I don't mind how you do it, whether you cover one thing for both companies or whether you do one company for all of these and then repeat it. You've got to make sure that you're repeating, please, and that you've got everything at the end. You tick it off. Okay. So that's for both businesses. When you come to doing the merits, the merit 1 is for one selected business. So you only have to choose one. For example, you might want to choose Richard Taunton's college, or you might want to choose the Greenview Care Home or one of your own. But the merit 2 is both contrasting companies again. Here we've got a bit of a help on how to make sure you're analysing and what to do. So the merits are how to analyse. So you've got to, I don't know whether you can see this on the video, but it says break into parts and explain. And some of these words, firstly, secondly, lastly, evidently, this means that, this causes, as a result of this, this is because, and therefore. These words help you to sort of split up what you've got to be doing. So this is the language that you're supposed to be using. You're supposed to be looking at positives, negatives, similarities, differences, and what those things cause. So if something you said you've identified a difference, well, why and what causes that, yeah, and what is the result of that, if anything, if you could draw those conclusions from it. And then we've got the distinction, and therefore you choose one business for the D1 and use that same business for the D2. That's how I've interpreted it. And when you're evaluating, you're judging from both sides and you're reaching a conclusion. So basically you start from here, you're looking at strengths and weaknesses, advantages and disadvantages, and some of the languages here is on the one hand.
We forgot what room
Stop.
we were in.
I'm videoing. In contrast, whereas, similarly, and in conclusion. Okay, so that sort of language you can use for the D1 and the D2. But as I say, it's only for one business. All right. If you do need any more help, please make sure that you're reading the specification. Okay. I am going to have a little talk about elements of B1 and B2. Actually, I will just say, can you still see me? On B2, and it's evident elsewhere as well, there's literally just the black bullet points with words next to them. They're basically giving you the answer. You just have to put it into context in relation to your businesses. So for example, it says reduction in numbers of complaints. So for Richard Taunton, indicators of improved performance, reduction in number of complaints. So what does that mean for Richard Taunton's? What does it mean for your other selected business, whether it's Greenview? So you've just got to put those bullets, mention them, and just say how that affects your 2 businesses. The B1, monitoring and evaluating customer service provision. It's using research from customers to identify improvements and monitor complaints. So basically just mention how both companies monitor their complaints and how they monitor them. It's giving you some suggestions here in the lighter coloured bullet points there. And you've got evaluating customer service. How do they evaluate? So we would be looking at feedback. For example, your learner voice that you've just done, or supposed to have done, or been requested to do on Moodle. They want to get your opinions, and somebody will gather all that information and analyse it. Any feedback that comes in from outside, they'll be analysing it and making sure that governors know if there's any particular things that we need to change. Okay, hopefully that gives a bit of help, but anyway, it's better than nothing. Thank you very much for your